76 years, 76 women, each one once called the most beautiful in the world. This is their story, from 1950 to 2026. Every year, every face, then and now. Some you'll recognize instantly, some will surprise you, some are gone, others are still here, in their 80s and 90s, and still remarkable. Behind each name is a story, a million-dollar legend, a face that defined a generation, moments that shaped history. Before we begin, comment who you think appears the most on this list. Some show up more than once. Let's see if you're right. 76 entries, starting in 1950 with a woman whose legs changed history. Number 1, Betty Grable, 1950, Hollywood's beauty icon. Born December 18, 1916. Age, passed away at 56. Number 1. The year is 1950, and we begin this entire journey with a woman whose legs changed history, Betty Grable. Born in St. Louis, Missouri in 1916. During the Second World War, her pin-up photograph, taken in a white swimsuit, looking back over her shoulder, became the most reproduced image in the world. American soldiers carried it into every theater of the war. Her legs were insured by Lloyd's of London for $1 million. $1 million for a pair of legs. In 1950, she was Hollywood's undisputed queen of beauty and warmth. She passed away in 1973 at the age of 56. But that photograph, that single image of a woman smiling back at the world, never stopped being reproduced. It never stopped giving people hope. Number 2, Marilyn Monroe, 1951. Hollywood's beauty icon, born June 1st, 1926. Age, passed away at 36. Number 2, 1951. Norma Jean Mortensen. The world knew her as Marilyn Monroe. Born in Los Angeles, California, she transformed herself from a shy, uncertain girl from the foster care system into the most luminous creature the cinema had ever seen. By 1951, she was already being discussed as something the film industry had never quite produced before. A woman who could be simultaneously funny, heartbreaking, and so impossibly beautiful that audiences forgot to breathe. She appears 3 times on this list. This is only the beginning of her story on our countdown. She passed away on August 4th, 1962. She was 36 years old. The world has never fully processed that number. Number 3, Ava Gardner, 1952. Hollywood's beauty icon. Born December 24th, 1922. Age, passed away at 67. Number 3, 1952. Ava Gardner, born in Smithfield, North Carolina, on Christmas Eve, 1922, as if the universe wanted to make the date impossible to forget. Ernest Hemingway, a man not known for compliments, called her the most beautiful woman in the world. Frank Sinatra loved her so completely and so painfully that the music he made during and after their relationship remains some of the most emotionally devastating ever recorded. She was dark, electric, and completely untamable. Every photographer who ever pointed a lens at her reported the same thing afterwards, that the camera could not quite capture what she actually looked like in person. She passed away in 1990, aged 67, in London. Still herself to the end. Number 4, Marilyn Monroe, 1953. Playboy, first cover model. Born June 1st, 1926. Age, passed away at 36. Number 4, 1953. Marilyn Monroe again, and this time the context is historic. In December 1953, Hugh Hefner launched the very first issue of Playboy magazine. He paid $500 for a photograph of Marilyn Monroe. $500. He built an empire from it. The magazine sold 54,000 copies in its first month. Marilyn Monroe never gave Playboy an interview. She never posed exclusively for them. Hefner simply bought an existing photograph, and the entire publishing industry changed direction. This is her second appearance on our list. Her third is still to come. Each time she appears, the year is different. The effect on the world is the same. Number 5. Grace Kelly, 1954. Hollywood's beauty icon. Born November 12, 1929. Age, passed away at 52. Number 5, 1954. Grace Kelly. Born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the daughter of a wealthy brick manufacturer, she walked into Hollywood and immediately made it feel too small for her. Alfred Hitchcock directed her in 3 films: Dial M for Murder, Rear Window, and To Catch a Thief. He later said that directing Grace Kelly required almost no direction at all. The camera simply understood her. At the peak of her Hollywood career, Prince Rainier III of Monaco proposed to her. She accepted. She left Hollywood in 1956 and became Princess Grace of Monaco. She gave up the most glamorous career in the world for an actual palace. She passed away in 1982 after a car accident on the same mountain roads she had driven in to catch a thief. She was 52 years old. Number 6. Grace Kelly, 1955. Hollywood's beauty icon. Grace Kelly again, her second consecutive year as Hollywood's supreme beauty. This was the year of To Catch a Thief with Cary Grant. Hitchcock described the combination of those two faces on screen as the most beautiful thing he had ever composed. Cary Grant reportedly told friends that working with Grace Kelly was the only time in his career he had ever felt genuinely overshadowed. 2 words for the greatest beauty icon of the 1950s. 2 words that her whole story proves true. Class. Timeless. Number 7. Brigitte Bardot, 1956. Europe's beauty icon. Born September 28, 1934. Age living. Age 91. Brigitte Bardot, born in Paris, France, on September 28, 1934, and at 91 years old, she is still alive today. She invented the idea of the modern sex symbol before anyone had a name for what she was. She made Saint-Tropez internationally famous. She made the bikini feel dangerous. The French government used her face as the model for Marianne, the official symbol of the French Republic. Because no other face in France was more universally recognized as representing something beautiful and free. She appears twice on our list. Today, she lives quietly in France, campaigning for animal rights, refusing interviews, and being entirely, completely herself. At 91. Still. Number 8. Sophia Loren, 1957. Cinema's greatest beauty. Born September 20th, 1934. Age living. Age 91. Sophia Loren. Born in Rome, Italy, and she carries Rome in every photograph ever taken of her. The only actress in history to win an Oscar for a non-English language performance. She received an honorary Academy Award celebrating a career that spans 7 decades. She appears 3 times on our list across 4 different decades. An achievement shared by almost nobody on this entire countdown. At 91 years old, Sophia Loren is still alive. Still the most magnificent woman in any room on earth. The first of her 3 appearances. She will be back. Number 9. Elizabeth Taylor, 1958. Hollywood's beauty icon, born February 27, 1932. Age, passed away at 79. Elizabeth Taylor, born in London, England, with violet eyes that no photograph ever fully captured. 8 marriages, 2 Academy Awards, and a humanitarian legacy that the beauty industry rarely mentions, but absolutely should. When the AIDS crisis was devastating an entire generation and Hollywood was silent, Elizabeth Taylor stood up. She became the first major celebrity to publicly campaign for AIDS research. She raised over $270 million. Hundreds of thousands of lives were saved because she refused to be quiet, when being quiet was considerably easier. She was not just the most beautiful woman of her era, she was one of the most important people in it. She passed away in 2011. She was 79 years old. Number 10. Audrey Hepburn, 1959. Hollywood's beauty icon. Born May 4th, 1929. Age, passed away at 63. Audrey Hepburn, born in Ixelles, Brussels, Belgium. She survived the Nazi occupation of the Netherlands as a child, watching family members taken, surviving on tulip bulbs during the Hunger Winter of 1944. And then she went to London. And then she went to Hollywood. And then she became Audrey Hepburn. She won an Oscar, a Tony, a Grammy, an Emmy, a BAFTA. She became a UNICEF Special Ambassador and spent her final years in Somalia, Sudan, El Salvador, Bangladesh, and Vietnam, holding the hands of children who had nothing. She said her most important role was the one UNICEF gave her. The world did not need her to explain. She passed away on January 20th, 1993. She was 63 years old, the definition of elegance before elegance knew it needed a name. Number 11. Brigitte Bardot, in 1960. Europe's beauty icon, born September 28, 1934. Age living, age 91. Brigitte Bardot, her second appearance on our list. At 26, she was already the most photographed woman in France. The French press followed her so relentlessly that she eventually retreated permanently from public life to Saint-Tropez. The government had to pass legislation to protect her privacy. A government passing a law because of a woman's beauty. Roger Vadim directed her. Jean-Luc Godard directed her. Picasso painted her, and the whole world watched. Today she is 91. She has spent the decades since her retirement campaigning for animal rights with the same total commitment she once gave to being the most beautiful woman in Europe. She succeeded at both. Number 12. Sophia Loren, 1961. Cinema's greatest beauty. Born September 20th, 1934. Age living, age 91. Sophia Loren, her second appearance. The following year, 1962, she would win the Academy Award for Best Actress for 2 women, becoming the first person to win an Oscar for a non-English language performance. She was filming it in 1961, playing a mother protecting her daughter during the chaos of war. She cried genuinely in the film. She said she did not need to imagine anything. She simply remembered being a child in Naples during the bombings. The Academy had never given the award to anyone for a foreign language film before. They gave it to her, and she was right to receive it. Number 13. Marilyn Monroe, 1962. Hollywood's final icon. Born June 1st, 1926. Age, passed away at 36. Marilyn Monroe, her third and final appearance on our list. And this one is the most painful In May 1962, she sang "Happy Birthday, Mr. President" to John F. Kennedy in Madison Square Garden. She wore a Jean Louis gown so covered in rhinestones that she had to be sewn into it. 12,000 rhinestones. She looked like the night sky had decided to take human form. 3 months later, on August 4th, 1962, she was gone. She was 36 years old. The dress sold at auction in 2016 for $4.8 million. The world is still not finished saying her name. The most luminous human being the cinema ever produced. And we had her for 36 years. It was not enough. It was never going to be enough. Number 14. Elizabeth Taylor, 1963. Hollywood's beauty icon. Born February 27, 1932. Age, passed away at 79. Elizabeth Taylor, her second appearance. This is the year of Cleopatra, the most expensive film ever made at that point in history, nearly bankrupting 20th Century Fox in the process. Elizabeth Taylor wore 65 costumes designed by Irene Sharaff. She earned $1 million, the first actress in history to be paid that amount for a single film. The production lasted so long and cost so much that Fox genuinely considered shutting down entirely. It did not shut down because of Elizabeth Taylor. She looked at the camera as Cleopatra, and the camera looked back the way Egypt must have looked at the real one, with complete, unconditional surrender. Number 15. Ursula Andress, 1964. Bond girl, icon, born March 19, 1936. Age living, age 90. Ursula Andress. Born in Ostermundigen, Switzerland on March 19, 1936. And at 90 years old, she is still alive today. In 1962, in the very first James Bond film, Dr. No, she walked out of the Caribbean Ocean in a white bikini with a hunting knife on her hip. Film historians have called it the most iconic entrance in cinema history. The white bikini sold at auction decades later for over $60,000. The image has been reproduced and referenced more times than anyone has counted. At 90, she lives quietly in Rome. And that one walk out of the water in 1962 is still being discussed today as if it happened last summer. Number 73. Zoe Saldana, 2022. People, most beautiful woman born June 19, 1978. Age living, age 47. Zoe Saldana, born in Hoboken, New Jersey, on June 19, 1978. Raised between New York and the Dominican Republic. She holds a record that no other actor in history holds. She has appeared in 3 of the 5 highest-grossing films ever made: Avatar, Avengers, Infinity War, and Avatar, The Way of Water. Combined gross over $9 billion. She played Neytiri, she played Gamora, she played Nina Simone. 3 roles in 3 entirely different registers, blue, green, and human, each one extraordinary. At 47, she is Hollywood's most quietly powerful woman. The record she holds will likely stand for years. She earned it one extraordinary performance at a time. Number 74. Ana de Armas, 2023. People, most beautiful woman born April 30th, 1988. Age, living, age 37. Ana de Armas, born in Santa Cruz del Norte, Cuba on April 30th, 1988. She moved to Spain at the age of 18 with $1,000 and a determination to make a film career work. She built a Spanish-language film career. Then she moved to Hollywood. Knives Out, No Time to Die, The Gray Man, and then Blonde, in which she played Marilyn Monroe with a precision and a tenderness that the critics called one of the most complete performances of the decade. She carried the ghost of the woman who opened our countdown. And she did it with complete respect and complete skill. At 37, she is one of the most in-demand actresses on the planet. Cuban warmth, Spanish fire, Hollywood cool. The combination is extraordinary. Number 75. Sydney Sweeney, 2024. Maxime, number 1 sexiest woman born September 12th, 1997. Age living, age 28. Sydney Sweeney, born in Spokane, Washington on September 12th, 1997. She arrived in Hollywood and immediately reminded everyone that the old definitions of stardom, the ones written in the golden era that opens our countdown, were still very much alive and still very much working. Euphoria, The White Lotus, Anyone But You. 3 completely different productions, 3 completely different registers, and in each one the same quality, a complete command of every moment she appears in. At 28, she is one of the most bankable actresses of her generation. Golden era beauty, millennial work ethic, Generation Z ambition. The combination makes sense, and she is only just beginning. Number 76. Sabrina Carpenter, 2025. People, most beautiful woman born May 11th, 2000. Age living, age 25. Sabrina Carpenter, born in Quakertown, Pennsylvania on May 11th, 2000. She spent her childhood and teenage years as a Disney Channel performer, quietly learning every instrument, every note, every layer of the craft while the world watched something else. Then Short and Sweet arrived. The album broke streaming records in its first week. Espresso became the song of the summer of 2024. Please, Please, Please followed it. She sold out stadiums on a world tour. She did all of this before her 25th birthday. At 25, she is the youngest person on our entire countdown, from Betty Grable in 1950 to here, 76 entries, 75 years of beauty and talent and courage and survival. And she is at the beginning. The next generation has arrived, and they brought very good taste with them. 76 years, 76 women, From Betty Grable to Sabrina Carpenter, each one once called the most beautiful. But every one of them was far more than that. From Sophia Loren to Angelina Jolie to Rihanna, their beauty was just the beginning. What truly made them unforgettable was what they did with their lives. Now tell me, who impressed you the most? Not just the most beautiful, but the most extraordinary. And did you guess who appeared multiple times? Comment below. I'm reading them all. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. This is Lifestyle TV 2.0. See you in the next one.